I will kill you.
You've got to love Nigerian cinema. African cinema has moved in leaps and bounds over the past few decades. And we've been joined for a chat with writer, film director, someone who shares writing credits for films like Gidi Blues, The Grudge, Regalia, amongst many others. The one and only Taiwo Egunjobi. He's right here on the couch with us, and we're going to be talking about a special movie, a movie that came out on streaming platforms. I think it's presently number 5 on Netflix. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, so now you look like a director. The cap, the beard, just ready to just be at the back of the camera. I think I can already picture you on a set, honestly. I have to say, really nice work. Just looking at that clip, I was really, really interested in the cinematography of it all, your shots and all that. When did you take interest in cinema?
Okay, well, I always loved films as a child. Grew up watching lots of American films. Father used to travel around the world, so used to collect films around, so I used to watch a lot of films then. But really, I think the works of Tunde Kelani were a massive influence on me. So I think I always wanted to do films, but maybe I started writing first. So. And then when I got to university, 100 level, 200 level, I found that I can make my own films. So I started making films right there in the university.
So 200 level, this is where your parents are telling you, read your book, read your book.
Definitely.
You were going out to shoot films.
Exactly. You know.
Where were you getting the equipment?
So I mean, that's really the good thing about it, because my parents didn't want me to do it, but that's what I enjoyed doing. So I found people who were doing master programs in school in theater arts. I just walked to theater arts and said, who can make a film here anyway?
Wow.
And then I met someone, apparently this person I didn't make any film to, was also learning like I was learning as well. Was trying to move from theater to film. And so we started talking, and really introduced me to the entire thing.
So you just walked into the department, literally walked in and said, who can shoot a film for you?
Yes.
You were that dedicated?
Yes, that's how I met Martin Chukwu, Temi Fusudo. Yeah, that's how I met them.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Okay, so now what were you studying at the time?
Then psychology.
Psychology? Okay. This has nothing to do with film, theater. So where did you get the rest of your learnings along the way? Was it on set, or did you school for it?
So I had a lot of self-teaching. I taught myself a lot of things, but I also had the privilege to be mentored by some great filmmakers. Femi Dugbemi, who made Tinsel, Tunde Kelani. At some point, I've been able to work with them and really learn. But a lot of it has been me reading up on everything I could find online, buying books, investing in projects, because that's how you really learn. You do films, and then you learn from it. So I did several films, and then that's how I started learning more. And I'm still learning.
I have to say, now, once we heard that All Na Vibes was directed by you, we were like, what? How did the whole relationship with Netflix begin? How did you get it online? And what's the response been like?
Well, I mean, Netflix is doing a lot to promote filmmaking in Nigeria, Africa generally. And so they've been very interested in working with new talents. And so relationship really didn't necessarily have to be that complicated. I made a film, went to film festivals, and they garnered a bit of critical acclaim from international audiences, say in France, in Argentina, in America, where it screened for about a year and a half. And then that was all that was factored into making a pitch for my distributor, also based in France. And then that's how Netflix really got into it. So they look at our critical acclaim, that, okay, maybe let's take a chance on this unknown filmmaker.
And that word unknown is also something can use as a term for most of the actors in All Na Vibes. A lot of young, fresh actors. But of course, there are the likes of Jide Kosoko in the film as well, for like a touch of flavor, but very fresh faces. That was a bit of a risk, don't you think?
Big risk, but it's the kind of project that you break out new talent. When you're trying to do a story that's set in it's new realistic, and the approach is different from what Nollywood is popularly associated with. And so it's just right to break out new faces. Apart from the fact that it's convenient for your budget, but it's really, even if I had a big budget, it's really that kind of project where you break out new faces and just introduce the world to new talent.
I'm thinking about, it's not really nice to compare, but new talent versus old talent. What are the pros and cons?
Well, to be very frank, I mean, I love everybody I work with, and I work with, but really, a lot of them with new talent, they don't have too many things they are bringing as to methods of working. They're also learning, so a lot of times they feel a bit fresher and a bit more, you know, when you're working with a veteran actor, sometimes they come to set with things they've learned working elsewhere, and sometimes that doesn't work for your project. So a lot of the new actor is just coming with his own freshness, with his own experiences. He's not done it too many times, so he's still fresh. He still believes in what he's doing a lot of times. So I think that's the real thing. But for professional actors, I think a lot of them at a very high level do manage to be fresh at every single time.
So let's talk challenges now. The average director in Nigeria has challenges. We know the ones we hear about all the time. Locations and challenges on set and all that. But what are the other things that you've noted that have...
Well, several challenges. I think one of the biggest challenges we have right now is distribution pipeline. Taking films through the distribution pipeline. So funding is a general problem in everything we do anyway, even for businesses. Or even when you get the funding, you're not assured that you'll make a good return on it because we don't have enough distribution platforms yet. We're thankful and we're happy that we're having Netflix, Amazon, but we still need more. We need more cinemas. We need more screens to capture this big audience that we have. So lots of penetration into our foreign audiences. We have diaspora, America, Britain, Brazil, you know, Caribbean. And so we need to build the pipeline for it, really. So I think that's where everybody's going to really expand from.
All right, and that's a gap for any maybe a business
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur to probably fill in maybe this 2023. You never know.
All right, so welcome again to the kitchen. This time for El Papi to serve you breakfast. Today, what are you looking wearing?
What? El Papi.
Today's that's his name. Chef El Papi.
Yeah.
So today's breakfast is vegetable pancake and pepper sauce.
Wow.
I'm happy you emphasize the pepper.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yoruba, I'll be fine.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Go for it. We should not have put the lettuce to
you want to use the knife, maybe? I don't know.
Let me just,
okay, you want to dig in?
Just dig in. Let me see.
Just want to dig in? I don't want it to fall apart.
It's going to fall apart. You want to cut it?
Okay.
It's going to fall apart.
Don't leave out this pepper. Maybe you say you're a Yoruba
boy.
You like pepper.
I'm not going to.
No, now that place you have does not have pepper.
Okay, let me try.
Wow, Mary, that wasn't very nice.
Okay. You don't know.
So what do you think?
I'm Yoruba.
Hey!
You are hailing yourself before you hate yourself.
So what do you think?
Spicy.
Spicy?
Well, it's nice, but it's nice.
Some water here
Okay,
for you.
great.
Thank you so much for joining us, and really well done on all your great work.
Really cool stuff you're doing.
If you're wondering where Mr. Appeal is, we actually sent him to the ATM ahead because we all need money here. So he's queuing for us now.
Please.
And he's been so gracious.
I am now on cashless policy.
We appreciate you, Mazino. Thank you for queuing at the ATM for us.
I don't understand.
Thank
I am
you.
on cashless policy. Mazino, I don't send you message. Don't come and ask me for money. So thank you so much for your time, Chef El Papi.
All right.
And thank you as well for always watching Wake Up Nigeria. We really hope you join us again tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Thank you so much for your time.
Bye.
Bye.